during practice?
Yeah.
It's kind of been a rotation. I think every drive, Alex and Spencer have done a good job of rotating.
Yeah.
So it's kind of hard to tell. Getting even reps.
Okay.
Is it any difficult to prepare when you're working with two different quarterbacks as much as they are on the first team?
Not really. I mean, I just really have to do what I need to do, and I feel like the whole receiver room, we just have to worry about what we're doing, and I just feel like whoever's in will do a good job and do what they need to do. So I just got to worry about what I need to do first.
And by now you know how they play. You're kind of used to how they do things, right?
Yeah, for sure. I've got a lot of reps with both quarterbacks, so it's not really difficult to take reps with them.
You guys look at your jet sweep series. It worked when you were able to run it the other day. Sorry.
Jack, you want to go
What
forward
is
a little
your?
bit if you can.
Do you feel like you need to do that more? Do you think that would help the offense? Or I know you're just going to do whatever they tell you to do, but do you think it helps the offense when you do that?
I feel like we've been doing a good job of kind of motioning and kind of just seeing what the defense is doing. I feel like anytime you motion people across the formation, you kind of see what the defense is doing. Bringing guys down, if a guy follows and travels with him, you can see if it's man. But you can't, at the same time, you can't run it too many times in the game. You could probably maybe run it one, 2 times. But I feel like I trust the guys who are calling the plays.
Because I think there was one early in the game where they seemed to read it pretty easily. But how does it help in the passing game? Is it just because of the coverages?
Yeah, it just, like I said, it just opens up a lot of things, and it makes it easier for the quarterback to read things. I think the one that we called earlier in the game, they just called a slant right to it, and they kind of bracketed the guys on the outside. So they kind of just contained you. There's really nowhere for you to go. So I think it was just a great play call by them.
What's the key to get the offense moving and get some touchdowns on the board?
I think it starts with practice. I think we haven't really played to our ability in games. I think that's easy to tell, but I think we haven't been practicing how we should. Also, just flying around like we should, finishing blocks. Like there's a few examples where I could have finished blocks and we could have maybe got first down that we needed. So I think it's just really going out there and getting 1% better every day, and just going to each practice with an intent of getting better and focusing on a certain area.
So the same issues in games, do they also happen in practice? The things you guys struggle with in games?
I feel like in practice it's sometimes a little bit easier. Like for example, Mondays we aren't going full speed. It's kind of just introducing the game plan. And Tuesdays and Wednesdays are really our work days. And the thing with practice is like you kind of know sometimes what the defense is doing. Like you're getting a certain look. But as far as in a game, like you don't have scouts and coaches out there telling the defense what to do, and you don't really know what to expect. But I think they do a good job of trying to simulate that, and we try to do what we can to really make it as game-like as possible.
Is there anything that stands out on film these past couple of weeks, good or bad, that you notice right off the bat on film that maybe you didn't notice in the game?
I think it's a lot of it is very noticeable. Just dumb mistakes. We're just hurting ourselves, shooting ourselves in the foot. I mean, anyone can see that. Turnovers. I think there's a stat that coach pulls up before every game. Iowa football playing without a turnover wins, I think, like 90% of the time. When you put the ball on the ground or in other team's hands 5 or 6 times, it's really hard to win, and it's really hard to help your defense out when they have a great stop and allow one of the best offenses in the nation to a field goal, hold them to a field goal, and then they don't get any rest and have to come back on the field. So I think we all have to do better. We all have to do our part.
How hard is it to stay positive right now?
At times, I'm not gonna lie. At times it's hard during games, but at the end of the day, like we see the defense busting their ass for us, and I think we just as an offense we have to look at those guys and hold ourselves accountable. Like are we really doing everything we can to really help those guys out? Because I know it's frustrating for them. I feel for those guys at times too, because they're doing everything they can in their power. Even when we're giving the offense the ball on the 35-yard line, and they're still holding them to a field goal. I mean, we just gotta come together collectively and as a group, and really just as a team. We haven't really done everything that we should.
Do you notice a better tempo so far this week in practice? Maybe a better focus that you guys are moving in a better direction?
For sure, and I think we just try to worry about little things like having our jerseys tucked in, just looking and feeling like a team. I know just yesterday we started. I think if you jump off sides, it's just like high school. You got to take a lap. I think it's just the accountability piece. If you see guys slacking, if you see guys walking on the practice field, just kind of getting on their butt about that, getting on their ass, and just getting guys going. Like Coach was saying, like we can't really play nice guy. Like we love all our teammates, but at the same time, we got to hold them accountable. If we see a guy loafing, we got to get on him. And we have 5 games, we have 5 opportunities. I know there's a lot of the narrative out there of our team, we should give up, and at the end of the world is here. But at the end of the day, we still have 5 opportunities to go out there and prove ourselves, and that's a lot of games and a lot of opportunities to really end on a positive note.